Tonight's postgame show is brought to you by courtesy of CHI St. Luke's Health, the Woodlands Hospital, home of performance medicine, the advanced sports medicine and performance facility specializing in athletic development, training, and concussion management. And welcome back to Woodforest Bank Stadium. Brian Duvall along with Chance Mock. Great game here for the Woodlands and Kingwood. Chance, this is a great rivalry that gets renewed this year.
Well, absolutely. It gets renewed every year. We've been playing it for a long time. We've talked about it. The Woodlands is kind of like Kingwood West, or Kingwood's the Woodlands East, so it's always been kind of a fun rivalry. And you saw it here tonight. Kingwood really didn't stand a chance walking into this game, but you saw the fight. The Woodlands threw some haymakers early, hit them big, went up 21-7. Kingwood continued to fight. They were fighting for their playoff life, which unfortunately ended tonight.
So the Highlanders take it 35-27. Let's take a look at the highlights from tonight as the Highlanders will finish the 2014 District 16 6A season at 6-0. There's a quick toss-up, 67 yards to Chris Bell to immediately get him started.
Absolutely, and we see here that they spread the ball out, they moved it quick, they moved it fast, and they got that quick. This one right here, another nice one, James Toops.
Nice quick back shoulder throw right there, complete to Caleb Johnson. That was for the 2-point conversion. And then here, A.J. Mason, our Team Sinisi player of the game, with a pick six. One of his 2 interceptions there for A.J. Almost had a hat trick tonight. That's one of the things that the Highlander defense was bending, not breaking. They were on the field for a lot of this game.
Well, that was what kept Kingwood in the game. They did a good job of running plays that were going to get them 4 and 5 yards. They stayed for sustained drives, 85 yards one drive, 72 another, and then actually 92 on a third drive. Kept that defense out there all day long and made it tough.
There's a nice slant there from Bonagwiti to Caleb Johnson. And then here, Patrick Carr on the end around. Late in the second half, he gets a good first down. Again, there's another sweep for Adam May. His only carry of the ball game, and he seems to only carry for big gains. And that gets the Highlanders going, and there's a toss sweep to the far sideline to Patrick Carr, and he'll take this one to the house. And that would put the Highlanders up 35-20 at that point. Kingwood would come back and answer. However, the Highlander defense didn't really allow very much.
They didn't. They stiffened up there at the end. You see here, there's Mason's second interception of the evening, and that kind of was what stalled the whole deal. They come back here. Nice run on the zone read. Big play. This might have been the final nail in the coffin.
And Bonagwiti down for the touchdown, and that put the Highlanders up again. As we'll take a look at the final stats as they're brought to you by the Strong Firm Attorneys. Strong in community, strong in knowledge, strong in results. The Highlanders with 19 rushing yards only on 4 carries, but finished the game, at the half, 19 yards rushing. 174 for the game. They finished with 328. Obviously, Kingwood over 218 yards rushing. That's the most the Highlanders have given up on the ground all season. But the big one, the turnovers, and the Woodlands turned the Kingwood turnovers into points.
Absolutely, and you talk about, the rushing yards. Kingwood had 127 yards going into half, finishes with only 218. On the rushing side of the Woodlands, like you said, 19, finishing with 174. It's the tale of two halves, and the Woodlands was able to capitalize in the second half.
And there's our final 35-27 as the Highlanders will finish the District 16 6A season at 6-0, finish the regular season at 9-1, as they will go into the playoffs next week as they'll hit the road to take on Klein Oak. And as we'll take a look at the playoff matchups for round 1, in Division 1 you have the number 1 seed, the Woodlands, at Klein Oak. That be at Klein Forest on November the 14th at 7 o'clock kickoff. Oak Ridge will be here at Woodforest Bank Stadium to take on Klein Collins. That is a 7:30 p.m. kick on November the 14th. And then in Division 2, you've got Atascocita going to Spring. That game is going to be a Saturday, November the 15th at 2 o'clock kickoff. And then College Park will play Spring Westfield on Friday, November the 14th at 7 o'clock at Spring at Leonard George Stadium. So in closing, how do you feel the Highlanders are going into the postseason?
Well, I think if you look at the second half of this game, which is what's going to carry into that postseason game, they got the running ball well. They threw the ball well. Defense stiffened up. It was a tale of two halves, like we said. That second half, the Woodlands defense came to play. The offense moved the ball. Lots of big plays. The throwing game's there. The running game's there. They've got to feel positive going forward.
from the beginning, first time you saw the Highlanders this year all the way to now, what have you learned most about them?
Well, I think the thing is, this team, although they have their stars like Patrick Carr, it's a team that every week when we look at them, it's somebody else comes out, plays big, lots of big names, lots of good players. It's a team that's got players all over the field that can take this playoff run in deep into the playoffs.
All right, for Chance Mock, I'm Brian Devon, our entire Woodlands Online Sports crew. Our post-game show has been brought to you by CHI, St. Luke's Health, the Woodlands Hospital, home of performance medicine, the advanced sports medicine and performance facility specializing in athletic development, training, and concussion management.